Cowboys Nation, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is sending shockwaves through Dallas, through the locker room, through analysts across the country, and through every single fan who lives and breathes silver and blue. Because Brian Schottenheimer has just made an announcement that nobody saw coming, and when I say nobody, I mean not the media, not the analysts, not the players, and definitely not the fans who have been begging for a sign that the Cowboys offense is ready to step into a new identity. This decision is bold, unexpected, daring, potentially controversial, and absolutely game-changing as the Cowboys prepare for Monday Night Football, a stage where legacies are made, reputations are shattered, and the entire nation watches to see whether America's team will rise to the moment or collapse under the weight of expectation. When Schottenheimer spoke today, you could hear the urgency in his voice. You could feel the energy behind every word, and you could tell instantly that he was not making some small tweak or minor adjustment. He was signaling a seismic shift, a complete recalibration of how this offense intends to attack, respond, adapt, and dominate under the primetime lights. This announcement doesn't just affect the Cowboys' strategy. It affects Dak Prescott. It affects the wide receiver rotation. It affects protection schemes. It affects how the running backs will be deployed. It affects the very identity of the Dallas Cowboys offense moving forward. And the domino effect is massive. Fans have been screaming for creativity, for unpredictability, for aggressiveness, and for the Cowboys to stop playing it safe, stop being predictable, stop running the same recycled looks that defenses have already seen 100 times on film. And Schottenheimer clearly listened because the decision he revealed is a direct response to not only the fans' frustrations, but the hard truth of what this team has shown so far this season. For weeks, analysts have been asking whether the Cowboys are capable of evolving, whether they have the courage to make changes this late in the year, and whether this coaching staff is willing to take risks when the pressure is high and the stakes are sky high. And finally, Schottenheimer stepped forward with something that goes way beyond the typical coach-speak cliches. He laid out a plan that fundamentally changes how the Cowboys are going to operate, and he didn't sugarcoat the urgency of it. He admitted that the offense has been too static at times, that the rhythm has been inconsistent, that certain play sequences have not maximized the strengths of the personnel. And most importantly, he acknowledged that Monday Night Football is not just another game, but a chance to send a message to the entire league about what Dallas is ready to become. The core of his announcement revolves around a drastically revamped offensive approach built on speed, motion, unpredictability, and situational creativity. Schottenheimer said that the Cowboys will be rolling out a completely new package system on offense, something they've been testing in closed sessions, something they have not put on film, and something specifically designed to keep defenses guessing from the very first snap. Instead of relying on the same predictable sets, the Cowboys will be using heavy pre-snap motion, shifts across the formation, jet sweeps, orbit motions, misdirection concepts, and layered route designs meant to stretch defenses horizontally and vertically at the same time. This is a radical departure from the more traditional static setups the Cowboys have been criticized for in recent weeks, and it signals a willingness to become more innovative, more aggressive, and more modern in their offensive philosophy. Schottenheimer emphasized that one of the biggest changes coming Monday night will be the tempo. Expect the Cowboys to operate at a much faster pace than usual, pushing the no-huddle more frequently, keeping defenses off balance, preventing substitutions, and allowing Dak Prescott to control the rhythm with more autonomy at the line of scrimmage. Dak thrives when he gets into a rhythm, when he's able to scan, adjust, and fire without hesitating, and the up-tempo strategy is tailored to that. But the real surprise is how deeply this new approach reshapes the roles of individual players. Certain players who haven't been heavily involved recently are expected to see more snaps, more touches, and more designed opportunities to create explosive plays. Schottenheimer hinted that there will be new personnel groupings that fans haven't seen before, new spacing concepts for the receivers, new blocking variations, and an increased emphasis on using motion to identify defensive coverages before the snap. For running backs, this means more outside zone opportunities, more jet action misdirection plays, and more check release options designed to punish defenses that try to blitz Dak early. For the receivers, it means more freedom in route stems, more stacked formations to create natural separation, more rub concepts, and more chances to exploit mismatches. For Dak, it means quicker reads, quicker releases, and the ability to dictate the pace instead of waiting for plays to develop slowly. And for the offensive line, the new tempo means less time for defenses to disguise pressure, which could be a major advantage if the Cowboys can execute the timing cleanly. But there's a twist. This shift is not without risk. Implementing such a huge structural change this close to Monday Night Football introduces the possibility of timing mistakes, communication breakdowns, alignment errors, and the kind of mental lapses that can turn a big game opportunity into a disaster if the team isn't fully locked in. Schottenheimer acknowledged the risks, but made it clear that the Cowboys cannot afford to play conservative or stay predictable, not in a game with this much visibility, not at this point in the season, and not when the team's playoff ambitions are hanging in the balance. And when you listen to the players talk about the new approach, you can feel the excitement. There's energy, there's confidence, there's anticipation for what this offense could look like when unleashed the way Schottenheimer intends. Even though he didn't reveal every detail because obviously the Cowboys aren't going to give opponents the blueprint, he made it clear that this is not a one-week experiment. If it works on Monday night, this could become the new identity of the Cowboys' offense going forward. The message behind the decision is simple. The Cowboys are done playing safe. They are done sticking to old rhythms. They are done letting defenses dictate the game. They are stepping into a new identity built around movement, speed, rhythm, and unpredictability, and Monday Night Football is the first chance to show it to the world. And let me tell you, Cowboys Nation, fans are reacting with a mixture of excitement, shock, and even a little nervous energy. Some fans are thrilled that Schottenheimer is finally making bold adjustments after weeks of inconsistent performances. Others are worried about the risks of changing so much so late in the season. But whether you're excited or skeptical, one thing is undeniable. This is the most aggressive offensive shift the Cowboys have announced all year, and it has the potential to redefine the trajectory of the entire season. Monday night will not just be a game, it will be a test of execution, a test of preparation, a test of chemistry, and a test of whether this team truly has the playoff DNA that fans have been desperate to see. If the offense clicks, we could be watching the beginning of a late-season surge that turns the Cowboys from a good team into a dangerous one. If it stumbles, the pressure on the coaching staff will be louder than ever. But win or lose, this decision sends a message. The Cowboys are not settling. They are adapting, evolving, and preparing to make a statement under the bright lights. So Cowboys Nation, get ready, because what Brian Schottenheimer just announced is not just news, it is a declaration that Monday Night Football is going to be different, unpredictable, explosive, and potentially the turning point of the entire season. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain, all eyes will be on Dallas. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you excited for this aggressive new direction, or do you think the Cowboys are taking too big of a gamble? Make sure you like the video, subscribe for more updates, and stay tuned, because if this new offense